Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Oakland Is. Jimmy Guy is your host. And today we are presenting Mr. Alec James, who is an extraordinary individual. You know, we spotlight the movers and shakers and image makers of Oakland. So he's definitely a mover and a shaker and an image maker. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to Mr. Alexander James.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Oakland Is. How do you do, Mr. Guy? I'm Alex James. I've been a bedbound quadriplegic for over 40 years due to a motorcycle accident in 1977 in Chino, California on Carbon Canyon Road. A fine sunny day, but got stuck in some mud, which crashed me into a ditch. So from that time forward, I've laid in this bed and languished for years and years, but not really. I've set my mind to explore worlds long dead and worlds yet unborn. I've dreamed for these past 40 years, and up to 10 years ago, I had no way of putting my dreams down. Thanks to this dragon, naturally speaking, I have on my head, I can write stories. And being propped on my elbows with a pencil in my mouth, I drew over 1,100 drawings of my story, Negative Gravity, the Mannheim Effect.
I am impressed.
Why, thank you, as well you should be. I sweated blood for this project. Even though I may appear clean-shaven, I had a beard down to my navel, marking the many years in time that I struggled with bed sores, pressure sores opening up on my elbow, leading me to languish for weeks and months until it healed. Once more, propping on my elbows, I began. I had a vision. I had a dream. Negative Gravity is a great work of genuine imagination. For 24 hours, a mysterious stone completely reversed the Earth's magnetic pole. Imagine the oceans rising in a single curtain. Imagine everything that isn't fastened to the ground is suddenly caught in this powerful grip and sent hurling up into the outer atmosphere. Imagine planes looking for places to land, but now the ground is above and the open sky below.
That is fascinating, and I saw your outline of that, and I was impressed thoroughly. And I don't see how in the world you did it, and even with the brush, with the paintbrush or the pencil in your mouth. Yeah, it took 11 years. It seemed like an impossible task.
Thank you very much. It was a Herculean project indeed, a Herculean task. I just hope that the public will be glad to see it. I hope they embrace it with all the vim and vigor and the faith that I put into molding this genuine work. So, if you please, I have a 5-minute synopsis. This tells a bit of a story. It really bases on one question. What would you do if you woke up on your living room couch? You went to sleep on your living room couch and woke up on its ceiling. That's the question that Negative Gravity asks. When you go to your window, look up at the overhanging eaves of the roof and ask yourself, what would you do if gravity were suddenly reversed for 24 hours?
Yeah, it's an amazing work, I know that. I was really impressed. And I'm more impressed by how you did all these drawings.
I have a large chip in my tooth due to having a pencil in my mouth for 10 years. And my elbows have broken down for pressure sores countless times, resulting in me having to halt for months. It was maddening waiting till my elbows healed. All this is documented in my storyboard, Negative Gravity. Oh, and so, after sweating tears of blood, I finally completed this script and screenplay. So look for Negative Gravity, the Mannheim Effect by Alexander James.
All right. I am impressed. And you did this by having a brush in your mouth at the same time?
A pencil, sir, yes, a pencil.
A pencil?
Mm-hmm. All these sketches you see on the walls around me are just a few of 2,000 drawings.
Wow.
Yes, so for no further ado, let me play my 5-minute trailer, and I'll be glad to send this out for anyone who wants to order. My email is Tegra, T-E-G-R-A, is at Tegra 2010. That's Tegra 2010 is at hotmail.com. TEGRA 2010 is at hotmail.com. Contact me there, please.
All right. So now we'll go and look at some of the drawings
Yes, you
on
must
the computer.
excuse me. I have to have a dragon, and I'll connect it. My dragon and these headphones on my head are my dragon. Let me open it up, and I will show you my trailer.
All right.
Very good. Here we go. Wake up. Opening scene. Sun rises over two-story urban apartment building. Laying prone in a hospital bed, a bed-bound quadriplegic bemoans the many years of his bitter affliction. The sun reflects through vertical blinds on a single tear that slowly rolls down the side of his face. In an inner monologue, his soul to God. My God, 30 years. 30 years I've been in this room, in this bed. Help me, Lord. Give me something to live for. Send me a vision. This is a short synopsis by Alex James. Negative Gravity is a story in which a bed-bound quadriplegic takes pencil in mouth and illustrates an epic in which the Earth's magnetic field is reversed for 24 hours. During this time, a young man, the protagonist, must undergo a harrowing odyssey to obtain his sister's desperately needed insulin. Along his journey, he must battle vicious dogs, swarm cleverly coming up with ways in which to circumvent the many obstacles. His back pressed tightly against the walls of homes, he must tread lightly, walking along the eaves of the roofs, which threaten to give way as earthquakes threaten to tear homes from their foundations. Negative Gravity is not the ordinary science fiction story, no. Our hero is forced to face a myriad of dangers, such as streams of molten magma. The young man must risk his life 1,000 times in 1,000 different ways. Large passenger planes find no place to land. The ground is now above, and the empty sky below. Watch as the oceans rise in a single curtain. You will be awestruck as hapless victims cry out in terror as they too are caught in the deadly grip of this bizarre phenomenon. Their bodies hurling up into the infinite sky. All the while the young hero is being slowly stalked. Will the young man's quest be successful? Will he reach his sister in time? Or will he fall prey to the many deadly impediments that face him? Negative Gravity asks one question. What would you do if you went to sleep on your living room couch and woke up on its ceiling? Negative Gravity, the Mannheim Effect. What you see here on the walls just are hours of man hours drawing, painstaking illustrations. Or you look at them, you see they're quite well rendered, very well rendered. So all I did was had used my faith. It was a very interesting project to see how I could get the protagonist, a kid, 13-year-old black kid, to get his sister's desperately needed insulin. That is the main subject of my story.
I'm so impressed by the fact that you did shave that beard off. You see, it was a 40-year-old beard.
Yes, it was a long beard. It marked my time. I hated to do it, but I saved the hairs. So, Miss Winfrey, if you're watching this, help me burn my beard. I've kept my hair. I've kept them as a mark of time. I want to burn them when I get a contract. Please, Ellen DeGeneres, burn my beard. Mrs. Lucas, young, lovely sister, help me burn my beard. Let me start a project. Let Alex burn his beard. Burn my beard hair.
Yes.
So I be clean shaven, burn my beard. Everyone out there and within listening distance, when you get a chance, go to your window and look up. Look up at the eaves that overhang your roof and see if you would be able to make it from there to your neighbor's house. That is the crux of my story. A virgin is become pregnant by the seed of a castrated, lynched, murdered, mutilated black man, and the results are horrendous. The thing in her belly is the culmination of every evil ever forced upon the black man underneath a tree. So here is the beginning. There is a legend, often mentioned during medieval times, of the many eerie tales told in those dark ages. This particular myth, or legend if you will, concerns a root. Not any root, mind you. This particular root contains a powerful magic in which lies an incredible power, a type of dark potency that even those most skilled in the art of alchemy, wizardry, and necromancy dare not touch. It is said that at times during certain phases of the moon, the root will begin to bleed, the blood of which contains a particular mystical quality.
Is this something like the John the Conqueror root?
This is unique only to myself. There has never been in the annals of literature a virgin impregnated by the seed of a castrated dead man. I'm going to be the first, and this is just the beginning. It's a 3-part trilogy. The first book that I read is just the first chapter. It is very good. Curse of the Mandrake root is a real root. It's a root that's shaped like a man. Now the legend has it that in medieval times when a man was hung, several autonomic bodily functions would occur. First, a man urinates, then he defecates, but on occasion he ejaculates, and the mandrake is formed from the seed of a hanged man that has ejaculated. Now, my story takes place in 1930s Mississippi, where a black man is lynched and castrated. He too ejaculates, his seed falling to the ground and forming a mandrake root. But my story goes a little further. As he's dead and hung, he's castrated. And some of the neighborhood children, since lynchings have been an American festival for the founding it's a festive activity. So the young children dare each other to take a stick and wedge it into the hole where the men's penis was. So they do so, and they chase each other around with the said stick until they go up to the 13-year-old daughter of a white southern racist pastor of the town of Muskie. This all happens in the town of Muskie, Mississippi. Fictional town, so don't go looking for it. So anyway, she grabs the stick from him, breaks it up, and shoos him away. But she has these little petite gloves on. Forgetting later on, after the festivities have brought down, that she needs to use the bathroom. So she thinks that she turns the gloves up inside out, but not completely. Some of the dead men's agonized seed gets into her womb, and thus a virgin in 1932 Muskie, Mississippi has become pregnant. And the thing in her belly wreaks havoc on the town, unleashes hell. But it's the culmination of all of the agonized men that have been lynched on this particular tree. It's a new take on the Mother Leeds Jersey Devil story.
Wow, that's fascinating. Gee whiz, where'd you come from with all that information?
I like legends, and the Mandrake legend was the most interesting. And in this time of America, I thought it was only written by a German that came close to it in 1909. He introduced his seed into prostitutes, but mine is a virgin that's going to get pregnant. And this seed that comes from her womb is going to unleash absolute hell on the people present there at the lynching. It has very many other mystical qualities. So if you're into the Necronomicon, then you'll very much enjoy Curse of the Mandrake.
You mean a child is born as a result of this all?
If you can call it a child. If you took all the agony and the sufferings of the damned in hell, if you wrapped up every misery through space and time, if you could form evil into flesh, this would be its like.
So how old does this person become before all the evil started?
Oh, since this is science, this is horror, she's impregnated, she goes into full term within 2 months. They think it's a miracle until it's born.
Wow. What were you on when you, kind of medication were you on when you wrote that?
I was on pure imagination.
Wow.
It's a heavy drug.
Most certainly is.
And the good thing about it, it's legal. No one can steal it from you. No one can steal you. You're either born with imagination or you're not.
So you're thinking this would make a great movie?
I think it would make one heck of a story. And that's just it's a 3-part trilogy. Oh, the second part is even more thrilling than the first. Oh, it's very good. It's very good. So.
Is it a continuation of the same story, or
That's
is it a different
correct.
story?
It's a continuation of the same story. It's a 3-part, like Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Dune, the science fiction story. This is a 3-part novel.
Mm-hmm.
3-novel book.
Wow. So this is already on the market?
I've just finished it and it's printed out. I'm looking for literary agents. I've got my agent, you, Mr. Guy, buddy, but I need a literary agent, Mr. Guy. I need a literary agent. So if there's anyone out there that's likes screenplays and science fiction stories, contact me. Remember, Tegra, Tegra, is 2010 is at hotmail.com. Or contact Oakland is. I enjoyed the time we had together, sir. I hope that someone out there has imagination. I'd hate to have this work of genuine imagination lost to history. I would hate to have my genius lost to history. People always equate me with Stephen Hawking. I know nothing of astrophysics, but I know everything about dreaming.
Wow, well, you know, we black people operate above reason and logic anyway. They don't know that there's a realm above logic and above reason. But that's where black people are. So the more we know about ourselves, the better off we'll be. What do you think?
I fully agree. The first thing we must do as a people, if we are to come together, is come to the knowledge of ourselves.
Yeah, the people who have no knowledge of themselves, they perish, you know.
That's correct.
That's what they mean, not when they say lack of
Lack of
knowledge.
vision, yeah.
Knowledge of self. Yes, indeed.
That's correct. That's fully correct. So I thank you and your public for allowing me this time to present just a few thoughts in my mind.
Well, we'll be coming back to you off and on as the thing starts to spin out of control.
Yeah,
we'll have a lot of fun here with this idea.
I'm glad that I'm at least out of this one room and into the public eye.
Yes, indeed. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. You've met Alexander James. So now you know who he is. So there'll be more about him in the coming months and years. We thank you for this interview, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, I'm Social Security Commissioner Michael Astro.
And I'm Scott Gould, Deputy Secretary for Veterans Affairs.
Every 2 minutes, the U.S. government receives an identity theft complaint.
Recently, we've learned that more and more people are getting scammed out of their money when they give their personal information to criminals who contact them by phone, email, or text.
These criminals often say you've won the lottery, or they claim to be from a government agency needing certain information, like a Social Security number.
Treasury, Social Security, Veterans Affairs, and other government agencies will never contact you by phone, text, or email and ask you for this information. If you get contacted like this, it's a scam. Hang up, delete the email, call the authorities.
Don't let criminals take your money. Protect yourself. Never give your Social Security number or bank account information to anyone unless you initiated contact.
And watch your accounts to make sure that all the activity is yours.
Don't be a victim. Visit stopfraud.gov or call 877-ID-THEFT to learn more.
She say, you know, I don't get out much on the town, and I'm not the kind of woman that spreads it all around, baby. Tonight I'm gonna do as I choose. Well, she said tonight I'm gonna let my hair down and get down with me down home blues. Down home blues, down home blues. She said, all she wanted to hear was some down home blues all night long. I had the record too. Well, Thank you.
Lying to the races.